So we have some ideas for you today of kind of what we've seen happen in the industry to innovate different business models, whether it's, retail or restaurants or a variety of different things. So we wanted to provide you some ideas, sometimes under the stress of everything and the SBA loans and, trying to maintain your business, your employees, that sometimes it can kind of crush your innovative thinking, right? When there's all that stress going on. So we want to come to you and help and maybe give you some ideas that might spark something that will help you maintain your business.
Welcome, everybody. This is Rihanna Werner and Leah Omar Walton, Walton,
One of those.
I don't know why I went straight to Walton. It just still, after all these years, must be habit. Anyways, we're coming to you straight from HR Branch's headquarters. Pretty much HR Branch's headquarters is anywhere right now, just like your headquarters. So thank you for joining us. Leah's going to lead us in this great discussion, and she has been the master of compiling some really innovative business opportunities that she's seen out in the market. So I'm really excited to join her in this conversation. So Leah, take it away.
Okay, so our first industry that I would like to highlight that's doing some really amazing, beautiful things is the manufacturing industry. So I've seen a lot of manufacturers with these empty warehouses with materials and the ability to make things that are similar. Maybe they have the capability of making critical products that the healthcare industry needs, like gloves, ventilators, hospital beds, even gowns and scrubs. I mean, they're running low on a little bit of everything. So if there's any materials or products that you are able to create within your factory, partnering with healthcare is a wonderful idea. I think they are moving very quickly on new partnerships with businesses that are able to create these items. They'll even provide you some of the schematics in order to do this. So just wonderful, beautiful things happening there. Ford is making ventilator parts and things like that. Like, that's just incredible. So if there's something that you're capable of making within your manufacturing warehouse and, keep your employees working safely, then that's a wonderful idea to introduce. Restaurants are doing some incredible things. We know a lot of them are doing takeout, curbside. We've seen them sell grocery items that they have on hand. A lot of the bakeries are selling flour and yeast, which is incredibly difficult to find in the grocery stores right now. So anything that you have on hand that consumers may be short on that, can bring in some revenue is a great idea. I've seen a lot of restaurants offer special menus, condensed menus of things that are a little bit easier to produce, so you don't have such a wide variety to support your consumers, and then offering family meals. Take and bake if you can. Those are always wonderful. Anytime you can make it an experience for people with their families is fantastic. And also being budget conscious. So keeping in mind that everyone's tight on funds. They're still waiting on their stimulus checks. If you can offer temporary discounts, a lot of the industry experts are saying, they typically don't want you to discount your products, right? There's a stigma surrounding that about the quality of your menu, your products, or what have you, but this is definitely the time to consider giving discounts and try to meet people in the middle where they are.
Leah, one thing that I've seen some local restaurants do that I've actually hopped on the bandwagon with is what they're doing is they're putting together meal kits. So one day you go and pick up the whole meal kit with all the ingredients, kind of like a Hello Fresh or Home Chef type of concept. But then the next day they're Facebook Living these cooking classes. I think it was Parvesinos. They did one last week that I wish I would have picked up the ingredients, but they made this lasagna that was just like to die for. And so I sat there without my ingredients and just took scrupulous notes. Okay, let's do this. And it's just such a great way. But what it left me with was craving Parvesinos lasagna. I know how good it is. And so now it's like, well, I probably still, even with my scrupulous notes, won't make it at home because I want to go there and eat it, right? And then Panino's downtown is doing family pizza kits. And so you pick up all of the ingredients and then you as a family can make a pizza together that's, it's a Colorado Springs Steadfast pizza, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but you can create it into an experience because going to a restaurant is an experience, right? And so rather than just going to pick up food, they're trying to figure out how to bring that experience home for you. And I love, love, love that in the restaurant industry.
I love that too. I've seen that. And there's actually a lot of industries that are doing those kits and creating an experience, which is a fantastic way to do it, right? But then pairing it with the social media aspect where you are staying, connected to your customers and your base, right? You're getting that interaction. And then, this is the time where people have time to DIY. Maybe there's family members that are all working from home together, or they're, on unemployment and, taking care of the kids, whatever it is. They're home and they have the time now. So if you can get in now and they keep you in mind, then when they go back to work and things are crazy and hectic and busy, then they're going to come back to your business and say, okay, I don't have time to DIY it anymore. I just want you to, feed me or let me buy this product from you. So I have seen a lot of those pairings of, social media and, connecting with them at home. I love that. It's amazing.
I agree. We ordered takeout from one of our local restaurants, and they had little kids kit activities. Usually, when you got a kid sitting at the table, they give you the coloring stuff, but they actually took it one step further and had like this whole culinary kid kit where it gave them a couple recipes that they could cook at home and gave them a couple little just tips on food and how to eat safely at home and this and that. And so they just took like that sitting at the table, keeping your kid occupied one step further, and then brought it home and helped them learn from this experience. And I thought that was really neat too. It was just such a welcome surprise when we opened up that takeout order. Along the same lines as takeout orders, one thing I do want to plug right here and right now is one way to keep your employees employed during this period of time, especially for your restaurants, is use them as your delivery drivers. I'm not saying anything about these delivery services. They're doing good things in their own way. But if you can, keep some of your staff on staff, and rather than using them as servers, use them as delivery drivers or delivery coordinators or order takers, whatever it is. I mean, you can bring that in-house and keep your people employed. They can still earn tips. You may not be able to keep your whole staff, but you can at least keep some of them occupied and busy and doing a great job, and those profits stay in your pocket. And so you can even charge a minimal delivery fee. It doesn't have to be free to cover the cost of gas or whatever. But keep that in mind. If you are a restaurant considering this, it's a great way to keep your employee base intact.
Absolutely. I love that. And I've seen, we went to a restaurant to pick up to go, and we called our order in, and, this woman was very well trained. She's obviously done this a lot lately, and just giving, knowing the menu, because they did have a condensed menu, and then giving us advice on, where to pick up and all that. Like, she was just on it. Like, it was fantastic, and it makes a better experience for the consumer as well.
It certainly does. It does, because nobody's going to know your business or your restaurant or your menu as well as, or no one's going to know it better than you and your trained staff. So you might as well keep that on board. And plus, looking forward, one day we are going to be out of this COVID mess, right? And so that means you need to start thinking about the future and long term. keeping your employees employed and not losing those employees, how do we keep your staff intact? And this is one good way to keep good people already in place so you don't run the risk of losing them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, and we've been talking about putting together some information on, going down that road in that process of once we're out of this, are you prepared to go back? Are you prepared to bring back whatever workforce, you had to furlough or lay off? And what is that going to look like? So, and I think it would be a good pairing to have as a Facebook Live as well. So if anybody's interested in that, keep an eye on our events. We will put something like that together to help guide you through that. Because that's hopefully coming up here in a few weeks. It could be a month, but I mean, now is as good a time as any to prepare for that. So just wanted to mention that before we move forward.
Now is the time to plan for it, really. I mean, we all need to start planning for that day when we come back, because hopefully we're all going to be slammed. People are going to want to get out of the house, and they're going to want to start, hopefully getting back into the economy. There might be a little bit of skittishness to start with, but it's going to happen, and we're all going to be flooded. So we have to prepare for it now. But that's not today's topic. So let's keep moving on. What else do you have to talk with our viewers about, Leah?
I'm seeing some really cool stuff happen in the brewery industry and the distilling that I'm kind of excited to share. And a lot of it is local. A lot of it's Denver or Colorado Springs. People are doing some really cool stuff. So there was, I did see that some of them are selling their private collection. They got on board with setting up actually national shipping and delivery fairly quickly. So that might be something that you want to talk to your suppliers about if you're in that industry, and see how you can get that together if you haven't already. And of course, like making hand sanitizer, that seems to be the most popular business model because of the materials that they have on hand to go that way. But I'm seeing a lot of really cool stuff around social media and limited edition swag. And there's one company up in Denver that's they have a membership. And so if you have the membership, you pay for it, then they will send you, or you can pick up limited issue flavors of beers with pairings of, what are they pairing it with? Like wings or, something that you probably have on hand, chips or something like that. And they're having virtual happy hours with their members on social media, and they're sharing, a connection, and they're showing different things that they're working on, and hearing from their community of customers that have been loyal to them, or are huge promoters of their special brews, as well as virtual tours of the distillery, the bar, sharing some of their secrets. I think it's just such a cool concept to connect with your customers that way, and have, you're connecting with them on social media, but then you have like the same beer, and a lot of them are very like intricate. They're very relevant to the times. And some of them sound so good. They're delicious. I'm just like, I can taste them through the laptop. So it makes you want to get the membership, be like, I got to try that. Cause there was like a mango, some kind of mango beer that sounded like amazing, especially, as spring and summer gets a little bit closer. So, seeing a lot of, innovation there.
That makes me think of this weekend. We did a number of social hours with our friends around the country, and we were introduced to this new app called House Party. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, we got to get on it, just you and me. Oh, we'll have so much fun. It's kind of like Zoom with a twist, right? So everybody hops on, you can see everybody, but you can play games. Like they've got a Cards Against Humanity game, and like a little Pictionary type of game, and a trivia game. And wouldn't it be fun if a brewery or a distillery got like their members on one of these type of apps, and everybody converse and you sing, bar songs or play games with each other. I just think it would be so fun. Actually, Brian, my husband, and I were talking about maybe approaching one of our local favorite distillers, you know who you are, and seeing if he'd like to host something like that with us, like maybe for our clients or something, just to get everybody together and just to have a little bit of jolly fun, right? But then you could kind of do the same thing that we were just talking about, with the meal kits. I've been seeing some distilleries and bars have been doing the virtual drink mixing. So again, you go and buy their booze and you buy all the ingredients that they tell you to, and then they teach you how to make these complicated drinks online as well. And I don't know about you, but I'd love to be a better bartender. My method of bartending is like slap a little bit in here, slap a little bit in there, taste it. Does it taste okay? No. Right? So I would love to do something like that as well. So
yeah, that's such a cool concept. I can't wait to look at that because that sounds like so much fun. Well, and you can also have contests and, people could win gift cards. Like maybe you could do gift cards or have like local experiences, right? You can partner with other businesses, retail or, the experience business around here and promote them. So when we're, out of this, everyone can kind of partner together and benefit from it. But that is such a cool concept and really a good way to like bring everyone together when we feel so segregated and, missing our family and our friends and, not feel so isolated. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I told a friend of mine just the other day, my extrovert heart is starting to turn black, and that's not good for me. So these video platforms and apps and these social connecting, I'm not using the term physical distancing. I refuse to because, I'm sorry, not social distancing. I refuse to social distance myself from anybody. I'm physically distancing. I'm socially connecting with you, right? But all of these initiatives and bringing people closer together, I think is just so valuable. And we're finding so many different ways to do that, which I hope stays in place beyond this, because this is something good that came out of something not so great, a little smelly. So, okay, breweries and distilleries. Oh, you were talking about the virtual tours. There are a couple distilleries and breweries I would love to see the back end operations of. I'd love to see more of those. And then also do, content is king type of thing. Like teach me what you do and how you do it and give me a little video tutorial or something on how the fermentation process is, or the distilling process, or the brewing process, and why hops and yeast are so important. I don't know. I just like to drink it, but I'd love to learn more about it too.
Absolutely.
Right? I saw a t-shirt. You have limited edition swag here. I saw a t-shirt at a place. What did it say? Something. Oh, I conquered coronavirus with vodka. And I thought that was just such a great t-shirt. I was like, yes, me too.
Absolutely. This is such a historical time that if you can have like a t-shirt, a sticker, something promoting your business that is about what we're going through, that's going to be really popular because those are things that not everyone is going to have a copy of, right? Those are limited edition. I mean, now is the time to hop on the bandwagon. If you can, give a portion, if you say, maybe all the proceeds are going to go to supporting your employees and keeping them working. And maybe it's, you're partnering with a local nonprofit or charity or something that more and more people are going to want to support you in that. And it's, a chance to have a little bit of fun and connect with your customer base too.
So true, so true. So going on into the retail space, I want to open this up really quick with a little bit of a story, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So our coworker, Stacy, her birthday was what, last week? Is that right? Anyways, I wanted to get her a local birthday gift and have it shipped to her house. So a local retailer and send it to her house for her birthday. Oh, Leah, I posted on every Colorado Springs group I belong to.
I saw you. You were everywhere.
I was asking for recommendations of local retailers who were shipping. I hate to say this, I mean, I got a couple decent responses, but most of them were either like people who ship CBD products or wine products. And, I mean, I love Stacy dearly, and I wanted to get her something more than booze or weed. So I felt kind of stuck because I wanted to give her something she could actually keep and that was tangible. And I didn't actually get a single response from a retailer who sold something tangible other than the CBD and the booze, which I do have to admit there was a wine company, they did like custom labels, which is really cool. And I'll probably order some stuff from them because it is a really neat concept. But I would have loved to have seen some more retailers hop on locally and say, hey, I'm shipping, or, I've got this online store.
I'm actually struggling with that too. I've looked at a couple things and I'm like, oh, I want this, I want that, but I want to support somebody locally. And I cannot find anyone that is shipping. It's, curbside delivery. They're either much further than I'm willing to drive, or we're not leaving our house right now. We're distancing, and we have a young child, and we're not doing that. And I would love to just be able to hop on and say, hey, I want to support you. Let me order something, can you ship it to me? And I'm actually really surprised that there are very few retailers locally that will do that. And, I don't want to go the Amazon route. I want to support, our local business owners. And it is a little bit of a process. There is one business that I love that they hopped on it pretty quick. She started posting about working on it a week ago, and she's got it up and running, and she is now delivering and shipping to her customers, and they're downtown. So I know it's doable. I'm not sure what platform she's using. I'm actually curious. I'm going to reach out to her and see, how that process went and what she's using for that. But I mean, she was able to do it. So I just wish that more retailers were jumping on that bandwagon too. I agree.
Well, actually, I can speak to this because, as you know, my very first self-employment business ownership adventure was with a dear friend of mine, and we started an online retail shop. And really, you can jump on Wix or Shopify and have a platform up and running in a matter of hours. It doesn't even have to be pretty, right? Just get it up and running, and then you can upload, 10 to 15 products per day. And then by the end of the week, wham, bam, you've got, 40 to 60 products online ready to sell. But another idea, and actually Leah, one of our HR branches clients does this, is sell on Facebook. Host Facebook Live videos like this and show off your product. And then you can have your people comment below on what product they want that it's sold to. And then you just reach out to them through private messaging, set up payment. They can even pay through Facebook. You really want to go that route. And then you get their shipping information and bam, it's done. So you don't even have to do that setup. So I've seen people sell on Facebook all the time. And it's a really great way. You can even post pictures of the product, put the price and a basic description, and then someone can comment sold, or I want this, and then it's sold, and then you just ship it to them. So it can be very, very easy in essence. I mean, there's still it's not hands off, right? But yeah. Even when we have a physical brick and mortar store, it's not hands off. You still got to sell the products. So this is just another mechanism to highlight your products.
Right. And there's a time to be innovative, and, it also opens you up if after this whole thing, maybe that was on your to-do list and you really wanted to get to the point where you could, deliver to your customers, and maybe it's just locally to start. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to go down that to-do list of things that you've wanted to explore or wanted to change within your business. And you have the time now. Now's a great time to start building those foundations and looking at those different platforms, or, whatever you need to do, reaching out to local business owners and seeing what they're using. I think we need to have more communication within the community where we can all help and support each other.
I couldn't agree more. What else do you have on this retail list here?
I'm seeing a lot of classes, whether they're free or, like you were talking about, the cooking classes. I'm seeing a lot of people doing that in the space. I've seen gyms that, people are keeping their memberships, they're actually renting out their equipment. So their customers have them in their homes, and they're hopping on, Facebook Live or, a membership site, connecting with their customers, and doing workouts online where they can connect with everybody, so you can still keep that. This doesn't have to be all of us physically separated. It doesn't have to be an obstacle that we can't overcome. I'm seeing a lot of really cool stuff. So yeah, I've seen cooking classes. I love plants, and I'm not very good at that. I don't necessarily have a green thumb. I would love to see more of the local shops, the floral shops or whatever, do floral arranging classes, or, how to take care of your plants, how to, maybe landscaping businesses that are feeling the impact, doing class on like, how can you take care of your garden or your lawn while, during this time. And then, when you don't have time, getting back to supporting your landscaping businesses. So I'm seeing a lot of classes, and I think there's a lot of opportunities there. I mean, we hop on Facebook Live all the time, and there is a little bit of a learning curve, but I mean, you figure it out. You don't have to be camera shy, and our community is so supportive and so patient. They just want a way to support you. You give them the option, just give them an avenue, and they will be there for you. So it's just a matter of fact of you finding a way of how to reach your customers.
I will tell you this, during this period of time, if someone taught me online how to arrange a flower bouquet, which I really stink at, or how to prune my bushes up front, when all of this is over and done with, don't you know, you will be first in line to get my business when I need you. Because I'll probably learn how much I just absolutely hate pruning bushes. And so I'll be giving you a call, right?
Absolutely.
But you bring up a really, really good point that I appreciate. It's so important now to engage with the community and teach them something that they don't know, because we're all sitting at home trying to figure out what to do with ourselves anyways. Well, maybe not you and I, we're working our butts off, but
I don't have that problem. Yeah.
But there are a lot of people trying to figure out, and they're also trying to figure out how to keep their kids busy. Like, we have some really good friends who are ex-Air Force Academy or Air Force pilots, and they've been asked by another family friend to teach their kids about airplanes and velocity and gravity and all this cool stuff I have no clue about. So they went out and bought these little airplane build-em kits. And so then they're going to hop on Zoom with the kids and teach them how to make an airplane, and then teach them about, aerodynamics and, like I said, velocity and gravity and all these cool terms I can't even spell. But if stores and shops could do this too, you promote, okay, something along those same lines, right? An airplane kit, and we're going to teach you and give you this whole session. You know what? That fills in an hour of my day that I'm more than happy to pay $20-$30 for, right?
Absolutely. I think we're all trying to figure out how to keep our kids happy and engaged and not bored, because that's when, they get crazy. And it's also a learning opportunity. A lot of them are doing e-learning right now. But they're going to, if you have that interaction and you have something cool like that, you know how much longer it's going to stick in their brain? Not only that during this time that, is kind of stressful for adults, but they're going to remember it as, oh, I learned this and I learned that, and we got to build this, and, we got to, make a pizza out of this kit, and, we got to paint together. Like, I know Painting with a Twist is doing home kits now, which is such a cool idea. So it's, anytime you can bring that together of, a lesson for the kids that's going to be interesting for them, and not just reading out of a book or, taking a quiz on an e-learning platform, the more that they can engage with that. I mean, I know I would always love the opportunity to teach my son, something hands-on that, is going to be a little bit more interesting than just watching a video or, whatever. So, and if you can keep the kids busy, yeah, the parents are going to be happy, and they're they're going to support your business. You have their love from then on.
Right. You're so right. And I'm excited. I've already learned about a number of different businesses that I would have probably never heard about before COVID-19, which I'm really excited to support once we go forward. They've earned my business now and in the future. And so I'm really excited to not just support them through mail orders or watching them on YouTube or takeout. I'm excited to actually go there and go through their whole experience that they've built they've worked so hard to build. But Leah, I'm looking at your list here and I see that, we're getting close to winding down, but I also see there's one area of business that you haven't mentioned, and I hope you don't mind if I put you on the spot here, because I think this is important. And I'm thinking, this makes me think about a good friend of mine who just launched a business this week. And this is service providers. So, you don't have a brick and mortar, or you don't have a physical product to sell, you've got a service. A friend of mine just launched his commercial real estate business. I'm going to plug him. I hope you don't mind. Leah, do you mind if I give a shameful plug?
Not at all.
Okay.
Let's support everybody we can.
Right. Our friend Caleb David with Thrive Commercial Partners, they just launched yesterday, Monday, and talk about courage, launching a business in the midst of COVID-19. And here they are. I mean, just that in alone tells me, wow, if he's going to go to bat for his business in the middle of a crisis, what would he do for me? Right?
Which, and we already know, I mean, our experience with him has been fantastic. He's above and beyond anyway. So that doesn't really surprise me, but yeah, that's incredibly impressive.
I know, right?
Congratulations.
Yay, Caleb, we love you. But here on top of that, okay, you're launching a business, or you're not, but you've got a service business like us, right? Or BRW Tax and Accounting, our companion business. We are all service providers. What can we do to get ourselves out there and help our clients and be valuable in today's economic society?
Well, and I think that keyword right there is important, is value. What can you do to add value? How can you support, whether you're, new or you've been around and you are service-based, how can you support your customers, the businesses you serve, or the individuals or whatever? How can you provide them some value that's helpful during this time? Is it, financial tips? Is it, we've been, we're not necessarily financially focused, but we've been reaching out to local businesses and helping them discover the SBA loans and everything that happened with the CARES Act, and the grants that are available. I mean, sharing information that you may be privy to through webinars or just your industry and your connections. Anytime you can add value, especially for free, that's really going to connect you to those people and to your customers. So I think that's a great way to do it, and being innovative and connecting with them virtually. How can you support them that way? I think there's a lot of opportunity there. So I think it's knowing your customer base, and just seeing what kind of information can you provide that's going to help them through this difficult time. And then they're going to want to call you as soon as, this is over, or maybe you can walk them through, challenges that they're going through right now. There's still people that are, selling their homes, or, need to look for a commercial space, or, what have you. So I know I've seen a lot of the industries change where they're doing, virtual tours, and they're supporting them that way. And it's a lot of work. It's more than just, how it would be if this wasn't going on. So you have to take that extra step. So I think, we've added value that way. And I think that's an opportunity for a lot of service providers to provide that without asking for anything in return, right?
I agree. One thing that I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing me say, and I know Brian is sick and tired of hearing me say this, but when we come out on the other end, what are we going to do to make sure that we're proud of ourselves and the way that we handled the situation and the way we reacted or acted? And I just keep using that as my mantra. Okay, every morning, there have been mornings where I'm like, ugh, you know what? I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just want to stay in bed all day. This is sad and depressing, and I don't know how much more I can carry. But then I think about it and I'm like, will I be proud of myself when this is over and done with if I were to spend my days in bed? And the answer is absolutely not. No way. And so then I think, okay, well, if I were to get up and start my day, what would I do to make sure that I'm proud? And that's what's been carrying me through this. And I think all business owners need to think about that. When we come out on the other end, will we be able to be proud of what we've done and how we've acted as business owners and community members and village participants?
Absolutely. Yeah. How can we help someone today? How can we connect with somebody today that needs it? You know, whether we can get paid or not, it's, you know, it's about relationships and supporting the community. We're all trying to come together. And if you have a niche, if you have knowledge or expertise in an area, find your people, just figure out how to help them, and they will in turn help you.
Yeah, that's so, so true. You know, we've taken on, and I know not everybody can take on the philosophy that we have, that we've put revenues and profits to the side, and it's all about just being helpers right now, using our superpowers to help. And I know not everybody has that luxury that we do, but it does come back. It does come back in spades. And we're not expecting anything, but I know for a fact, and it's validated, we have to help small businesses today. And whoever your client is, you have to help them, because if they don't survive, your business won't survive. So right now is the time to be the helper.
Absolutely.
Well, anything else to add? Thanks for letting me put you on the spot, Leah.
Sure. Yeah. I can't believe I wasn't thinking about that. I don't see that anyone has submitted specific questions. I would love to see on the replay, if you can comment below, tell us what your industry is, tell us what your business is. We would love to brainstorm for you and come up with some ideas. Like I said, stress and everything going on, whether it's in your business or your personal life, it's a lot to handle. So sometimes that can really squash our innovative and creative thinking. So if there's a way that we can help you and kind of brainstorm a little bit, we're fairly good at that. We love brainstorming new ideas. We have a blast with it. So it's not always related to our business model, but like we've been talking about, we just want to help small businesses. So if you need an idea and you're not really sure how to either implement, or how you can take it online, or how you can reach your customers, just comment below and let's see if we can come up with something together.
And even if we can't, we probably know someone who can help you. We're really good connectors within this community. And if we don't know, we will find a way to help you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Absolutely.
All right, Leah. Well, I think this marks the end of our Facebook Live here on April 7th, 2020. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Leah, thank you for moderating and hosting such a wonderful conversation. I love how you just kind of get the juices flowing, and then you bring out these wonderful ideas and concepts, and you allow me to chime in every now and again and take it to the crazy level.
I love the ideas that we can come up with that we can help people. You know, the Facebook Live platform is really fun, and I feel like a good way to reach everyone right now, and especially small business owners, even before this whole thing happens, like, you know, being able to tune in from wherever you are or even see the replay. We have some other topics that I would like to create as Facebook Lives. If you have a topic that you'd like us to cover, whether it's related to employees or your business, just let us know and we can explore that with you. So just leave us a comment or reach out to us directly. Lord knows we need the social interaction, right? Hashtag not physical distancing, not social distancing, physical distancing.
Exactly. Boy, we both messed it up today.
I don't know.
Let's get it very clear, everybody. It's not social distancing, it's physical distancing.
We're going to get the hashtag right. I'll leave it in the comments.
I think we need to write it down. Okay, again, listen to Leah, comment below. We'll be happy to chime in and help you any way we can. Until next time, we will see you. This is Leah and Rihanna of HR Branches signing off.
Have a beautiful day.